Hello, welcome. In this video I will talk about the project and dark market, how to progress through these projects, my recommendation and what I did, and also how to craft your own legendaries by using dark market. And I'm gonna talk about these orbs, what they do. So I just recently completed the highest level on my other character, and this is my second character now. I'm gonna work on that. So I want to share my experience on how to craft and min-max your character. So once you are at endgame, finish the campaign, you of course start doing these expeditions, starting from adept, then veteran, and goes on. You notice that the magic find increases all the time, so it is easier to get lots of items at higher content. As you can see, the magic find goes up and up. So the highest level of items that you can equip is 60. So at level 60 you can basically equip everything, but the let's say tiers of the item stats is actually going a little higher after level 60. So I believe you can get level 60 items at champion difficulty, but I believe at around these parts you will notice that the stats are a lot higher compared to champion items, but I didn't notice any difference after Paragon and Ascended, so I think they have a cap. So let's say, of course, this is my new character, so I don't think I have a high level item. Let's check the bank. Maybe I can find a comparison, but I'm not sure. So let's say this item is level 153. You can check the top right. It is still required level 60 item, but you can see that it has 29 movement speed, and I believe you can also get more than that. I have like a boot with 37 movement speed, but let's say another level 60 item at item level 100, and it cannot roll that high movement speed, like 37, 38. It is something like 25 maybe. So the tier is increasing with item level. Let's call the required level 60, level 60, and the other level item level, the top right. So you basically want to progress as high as possible first. Probably you need at least master difficulty to get that high tier rolls. Then by the time you climb that ladder, you should focus on, let's talk about upgrades, then how to craft. So first of all, the most important one is the productivity upgrade. So this hammer icon is the productivity. So you need to get, so basically once you clear an expedition, you get some productivity. So these missions starting to get some progress. As you can see, this mission needs 2000 productivity. So you don't need to get that productivity in one expedition. So you can maybe get like 500. So it means that you need to finish 4 expeditions. So like that. But once you start doing these top right Stormfall Palace upgrades, these are all productivity increases permanently. So you should first focus on these. And you notice that you have some cap on your active projects, so you can basically have one running all the time. So one reserved for this. I am still doing the last one, I guess. So you cannot activate 2 of the same missions here. So let's say you started this, you cannot do this one at the same time. So once you do the lower level, the other one unlocks, so you can only do one at a time. So focus on this first to get more productivity. and this is important to farm more gold. So this is only a one-time upgrade. It is not that expensive, so you need that permanent gold find boost to get more gold. Of course, you can go for more bank slots. They are also important if you like to hoard items. So this is a loot game, so basically that's what you are gonna do. So there's a magic find upgrade here that is very expensive. These are useless, I believe. Also this one. So these missions don't do much. They're just some random missions that award something, but I don't know if they worth it. So what else? So this lets you duplicate your skill. You don't need that early on, at least. So this one is also good to farm more gold. So buying prices at merchants will be permanently decreased and selling prices will be increased. So just first focus on that productivity bonus and farming gold. Alright. So gold find and also this. So after that, of course there are some cool stuff here like the 50 skill slot. These are more expensive. But if you think you don't need that as soon as possible, so you can just pass this at first. So you will need this one. So this is very important. As you can see, you can spend gold and get primordial affinity. Primordial affinity is this purple ball under your gold. So you will spend lots of these while crafting. So you need to unlock these and save 1,000,000 gold and do this when you can. So with that 100k, that will, you know, carry you a long way. So try to save up for this. So do this once, get that 100k, then you can start crafting. And let's talk about dark market. So after that you want dark market. So the other stuff aren't very important. So we already talked about the important ones. So once you have the gold and you have the affinity, primordial affinity, then you need to focus on dark market. So there should be 3 missions here that they disappeared after I did. So you need to do those first to unlock these. So once you unlock these, let's talk about what these do and how to craft your own items. So the first one is very cheap, only 10k gold and only 2k productivity. You get more than 2k after level 100. So basically every expedition this will get completed and you will get a random currency. And by currency I mean these orbs. So these are needed for crafting items. And it lets you choose, it offers you 2 different currencies. Sometimes they are the same. You pick one. So it can be like 1 entropy orb, 1 abyssal tier, and you will just pick one, whichever you want. So it is kinda nice. So I always go for Arabian tier if I see that. Otherwise Ohm's Echo or maybe Anthrop. But Anthrop is dropping a lot, so you don't want this. If you see any of these, especially Arabian tier, this is the most important one. So always get this one if you see that. Otherwise get Ohm's Echo or just pick the other two, it doesn't matter. This isn't used that much. These are the two that you will need most, Ohm's Echo and most important is Arabian tier. I will talk about what they do in a second. So make sure you always run this and get that currency. And let's talk about item quality and what does it do. So you will say that what is the quality. If you played Path of Exile, you know that the items have quality that increases their you know, base stat. Maybe that sounded wrong. Never mind, forget Path of Exile. Let's talk about Wolcen. So this gloves has, as you can see, I will say implicit 120 health and 10 all resistances. It is written in white at the top. So that's the implicit of the gloves. And you can see that the gloves has 3 stars if you check the top right. So it says quality. So once that reaches 4 and 5 stars, that health and resistance, the base, I mean, the implicit, will increase. So once you craft your legendary, maybe you drop something, I don't know. If you want quality on your item, this is how you do that. So you just put the item here, start the project, the item will disappear and it will come back with increased quality once it is finished. So you will basically increase your defense a lot by increasing the quality on all of your items. And also it increases the damage of the weapon, so it is also very important to increase your DPS. The quality at the moment doesn't do anything to shields. Maybe it is bugged, I don't know. Or maybe I couldn't notice it, I don't know. But it seems, yeah, the shields are bugged at the moment, or maybe not intended, I don't know. So focus on your armor and weapons. So that's what quality does. And now how to craft your legendaries. So this is what crafts you the legendary. Your chosen item will become a higher rarity. So if you put a rare item, a yellow item here, and start the project, that item will become a legendary. What does that mean? So the legendaries have 6 stats. They can have 6, but they can also have 5. If they have 5, you can use Airbnb tier. So this just adds one more magic effect on the item. So if you have a good legendary with 5 stats, this is what you are gonna use. But of course, these are the normal versions. These can be used on rare items. So you need the legendary versions of these. To get those, you need this one. Your regent will be transformed into its legendary counterpart. So once you put any of these in here and start the project, it will come back as a legendary. It has a orange color. I forgot to take those of my other character, but I believe I have one entropy orb here. So as you can see, the color is different, the name is different, it has now a greater tag at the beginning. So these are used on legendaries. So most important one is Airbnb tier, I am telling again. So you need to focus on getting Airbnb tiers from here. You can also get entropy orbs. This rolls the entire item, so it will become a completely new item. So it is a very big RNG to get good stuff. So my recommendation and how I geared my character, let's talk about that. So make sure you get Airbnb tiers here and some of Ohm's echoes. Sometimes I use also these. So how to craft your legendary. So once you put the item here, it will actually not completely reroll the item. It will only add 1 or 2 more stats and make it legendary. So let's say you found a very good item. So of course this is not a good item, but let's say that this is a good item, alright. You are like, alright, these stats are very good for me. Or maybe at least 3 of the stats are good for you, alright. And make sure you also pick a good base. So this is a bruiser gloves. You can check the top left of the item, it says bruiser. So bruiser items are health and resistance. Heavy items are only resist. I don't know if I have any. So let's check the bank. I should talk about the item types. Alright, this is a heavy base. It only gives resistance. So this is so to progress through high content, you need to increase your resistances a lot. So the easiest way is getting a very high resist body armor, heavy body armor. And of course you need to, let's see where it is. Yeah, this one. This is a must. So I'm not gonna read all of that, of course. So it basically increases your resistances buy the same amount, I believe, on your only for your body armor, and if you also pick this, it also gives the bonus to your helmet. So what does that mean? So let's say you equip this body armor, you will normally get like 500 and stuff, you know, resistance, and also it will get multiplied by your passives. But now it will be like 1000 on top of that, alright? 1000 and plus, you know, your percentage resistance. So that keystone on the talent tree basically doubles the resist you get from your body armor. And also if you pick the other small one, your helmet is also gonna be the same. So make sure you have your body armor and helmet heavy item. So those two alone will increase your resistances a lot, and it will make a very huge difference. So the heavy base is very useful for that. So other than that, bruiser, that is my other favorite. I mostly try to get bruiser on my other stuff. Of course, maybe you are playing a force shield build. So I'm playing a life build at the moment, let's say. So you can also play a force shield build. So this is the blue bar here. It's like the energy shield on Path of Exile. If you are playing that, maybe you need sorcerer items, maybe rogue items, because they have force shield. So I'm not gonna talk about those because I haven't crafted any of those. But these are all the bases that you need to know. So if you are gonna play a similar build, a life build, so a heavy body armor and heavy helmet is your best option, and other pieces are, they can again be heavy, or they can be bruiser to get that health. So health alone isn't gonna save you on higher content. So you need to increase your resistances at least, let's say, so right now on this character I have 11% reduction. So you need at least 50 or 60% reduction on your character if you want to push higher levels, you know, beyond 150 levels, Ascended and Paragon. After Master, you need at least 50% to not get one shot, let's say. The higher the resistances is the better. You don't need like 100k life, actually. Not maybe you need that on a dot build, but on an attack build, if you are playing Bleeding Edge, let's say, this is an attack build, so you can leech a lot. So you don't need that much HP, unless, so you just need the required effective HP to avoid one-shots. So for that you need that enough HP and then resistance, and also dodge and block. These will save you. So maybe I got a little off topic there. I was talking about crafting. So I have some examples, so let's check those. And let me open the picture. I'm gonna edit them on the video later. You are gonna probably see those now. So this is a body armor that I made. So this was actually rare. I forgot to take the picture of that. So I found a high base, you know, high resistance base as a rare. I believe it had the resistances and wisdom and health regen, maybe. It had like 910, something like that, resistance, which is very high. So I basically used dark market, increased item rarity, and then it came as a legendary, and now it had occult resist. So that means the dark market only added one FX. So the legendary items can have 6, so I need to use a ravine tier to get that final FX. So let's see what I got. I got health regeneration. So while using these orbs, if you read all of their descriptions, it will say the same. It will consume all socketed gems to guarantee a new magic effect whose power depends on the gem's level and whose type is chosen randomly among all types of gems. So you just need to check the gems here, whatever you have highest. So the tier 12 is the highest one. There is no higher tier, this is the highest. So let's say you need dodge on your chest, alright? So you are just gonna go and find the dodge here, defensive 3, dodge chance. You are just gonna socket this gem in, and then gonna use air beam tier, but it is not 100% that you will get that dodge, so it still has some RNG. Let's see that this gem also has material resistance, which is something that you can get on your body armor. So you are not gonna get a dodge chance just because you put a defensive 3 socket, just a ruby in your defensive 3 socket. That doesn't work like that. It can roll anything on this gem. So you just need to find the correct gem and socket that in, and then use the orb to increase your chance of getting what you want. And sometimes it doesn't even, let's say this ruby has, so it cannot have any rend damage on body armor, of course. It can have material resist, dodge chance, and I believe that's it. You should have like 50% chance of getting resist or dodge chance if you socket this in your body armor and then use air beam tier, but sometimes you don't get any of these, so it just gets something random. So it happens. I don't know if it is a bug. It is weird. So out of, let's say you crafted 3 items, 2 of them will succeed, the one will probably gonna fail. That happens. I don't know why. It is probably a bug, or maybe I am missing something, but I don't think I do. So it is probably a bug. So as you can see, I socketed, let's see which one is that, this one. I probably wanted more resistance. I was hoping to get material resist or something, and then I got a health regeneration. So that happens sometimes. Maybe I'm missing a point, I don't know. The game developers aren't very open to, item crafting. There is not a database that I know currently, so we cannot check the items stats. Maybe they are like in Path of Exile, where there is 3 prefix and 3 suffix on an item. So maybe I cannot even get a resist on this item because I don't know, and I don't think anyone knows right now. So maybe that's the case. But yeah, that was a quick explanation of how to use your currency before I mean how to use gems before using your currency, yeah. So let's check other items. So let's talk about, yeah, this one. So this is a gloves that has 3 quality. You can see that it has almost 300 health and 16 resistance. Now once you use the dark market to increase the quality to 5, now it has more health and resistance, as you can see. So quality does that, as I talked about earlier. So this is a demonstration of Ohm's Echo. So this ring had material damage, health, cast speed and frost damage spells. So I used Ohm's Echo. So this removes a random magic effect and adds another. And also the edit effect, the new FX, is chosen from the gem. So you need to pick one that you want to get. Let's see what we got. I put, let's see which one is that. Yeah, let me find it. Yeah, this one. I was hoping for a crit damage, but I got resistance instead. Yeah, I got 37 all resistance, which is good. So it is a good ring after that. As you can see that this ring, this gem, has crit damage on offensive 3 and all resistance on defensive 3. So once you put that in the ring and used Ohm's Echo or maybe Erebin tier. They both add effect, so you have equal chance of getting crit damage or resistance. I don't think the other stats can roll on a ring, so I believe those two stats are the only ones. So I got resistance. So as you can see, the gem socketing worked that time, unlike the body armor that I showed 1 minute ago. So it is a little weird. It doesn't work sometimes. So this is a long one. So I needed some good pants, and I really struggled finding one as a rare. So I had a high level bruiser legendary, so I just took one and used entropy orb until I find something that is suitable for my build. I used dodge chance gems in the socket, as you can see, 35 dodge chance, and then I got new pants with dodge chance. As you can see, it has 272 dodge chance, and after that it also had some damage and health regen. So it was not the best, but it was better than mine. So I decided to roll this one a little more. Then I used Ohm's Echo because I didn't want that health regeneration or agility, so I decided to try my luck into, using Ohm's Echo to get rid of one of that and add the new stuff, new fix. So I decided to get maybe resistance and socketed in, what was it called? Alexandrite, yeah, this one. And a funny part that I rerolled agility into a higher agility, so it is weird. So you can still get the same stat again. And then once I did it again, I was lucky enough to get rid of agility again, but this time I got resource regeneration, which is not the best I want, but I ran out of math, so I decided to use this pants as it is. So that's a little crafting history there. So let's check this one. So yeah, this is an interesting one. So this is a shield, and I didn't know that. So let's first talk about what happened here. So maybe you got one, maybe you didn't. So this is a tier 12 gem called Genesis Stone. You can actually get this one below tier 12. So at a lower level expedition. So this is a unique gem, let's say. So it has different stats in socketed slots. So some of these stats don't exist on these gems. So this is a little weird new gem, a different gem. But the funny part is you can actually get. So let's talk about that first, because maybe if you are new, you probably don't know what I'm gonna talk about. So you can do your expeditions like this, roll some modifiers, blah blah blah, and why did I close that? So once you have 4 and fill the bar, you can click this. So this is a little expensive for new players, so make sure you save this for higher levels, and once you get that 100k affinity from your project. So once you click this, it explains what's gonna do here, but it's not very certain, of course. So you won't get any loot until the end, only the chests and clickable objects drop loot if you click this. But at the end, so this is gonna be a 1 floor expedition. Normally the expeditions are 3 floors. This is gonna be a 1 floor, but depending on how fast you are and how many champions you killed, and also depending on your death count, you will get a ranking. So if you are fast and don't die, you get S+ rank. I'm not sure how rank functions really, but at the end you will see 4 or 6 items 4 between 6, I believe, items on your screen, and some of them will have different modes that normally you cannot get from the other expeditions. So this is what this mode is for, to get those special items. So this is one of that. Allows the bearer to cast Havoc Orb. Havoc Orb is a skill actually. I believe it is here. Yeah, this one. So this is a normally let's see, dagger, bow and pistol skill. But now this is on our shield and it allows you to cast it. So you can actually cast this with a sword or any other one-handed other than dagger. So you normally need a dagger if you are using a shield. Not this shield, another shield. So you can normally cast this with dagger, bow or pistol, but now you can use another one-handed. Also you can get this mode on two-handed weapons. It doesn't have to be a Havoc Orb, it can roll other skills as well. I'm not sure if it can roll everything, but there are like maybe at least 10 skills. So you can basically get a two-handed weapon with, I believe one time I got, let's see, Tear of Atheliel on a two-handed weapon. So normally you need staves or catalyst, but I had that on an X. So you can basically cast this skill with an X. I'm not sure if it is, you know, a good build or not, yeah, but that's what you can do. So the Genesis Stone actually lets you get those mods, let's say, those special mods. So I didn't know that until I did that, and then I heard a friend, he told me that it can happen. So lesson learned. So there are also different mods on other pieces. On amulets, you can get +2 ailment inflicted, which is very powerful, and also you can get one on your belt. So there are also lots of other mods. So make sure you do those special expeditions once you are high level and have that primordial affinity stocked. So I was checking if I have that. Yeah, this is that one of those special items. +1 ailment stacks inflicted. It can also go +2, but I don't know if it can on a belt, or maybe this one. No. Yeah, this is also new. +1 pierce to all projectiles. So these are all those special items that you can get on the special expeditions. So you can roll for those with Genesis Stones and using Erebin Tears. So let's see if I have any other examples left. And yeah, I think I have one more. Yeah, this one. So this was a shoulder piece that I made through the same method, and I finally used Erebin Tear and got that attack speed. So the shoulders don't have sockets obviously, so you cannot do anything about that. So you just pray the RNGs and slam it. And that's about it, I guess. I hope I didn't miss anything, because I need to explain lots of stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know. If you know more detailed stuff about these gems and using these orbs that I maybe don't know completely, feel free to leave a message so I can learn the details, and also the other players. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.